everybody, and welcome to Stellos Stadium for NHIAA tournament, Division I tournament soccer. Today, it is Nashua South against Bishop Guertin in the preliminary round of the D1 tournament. I'm Tom King. Jason Roby will be calling you the play-by-play for you today on a soggy Stellos Stadium. And everybody goes, preliminary round. Well, didn't we just see South play the other day? Yeah, that was a play-in game. This is the preliminary round. The winner of today's game will play the other prelim winner, which is Alvern and Merrimack. But we are fortunate to have Stellos here today, the turf. But Jason Roby, I always say, the weather can be the great equalizer. And Nashua South is a team that relies on its speed, and its speed has to be a little hindered by this turf today. You coached football teams on this turf, and you know what it's like in bad weather.
Yeah, no question, Tom. Playing on a surface like this, though, kind of minimizes that sloppy field. It's still a pretty fast turf, and I think the teams will be able to get up and down pretty well here. If anything, if you're Nashua South, you have to be thinking hopefully the third time is not the charm for Bishop Guertin. These two teams met twice last week. Lopsided victories for the Purple Panthers, and you got to come in here and do it all again. And oh, by the way, Guertin's a home team.
Right,
so
yeah.
Not that it matters so much, but just what do you have to do to get, to get some quote-unquote respect as you navigate your way?
It's not respect. It was a blind draw.
Right, but I'm saying if you're a high school kid, you can talk blind draw all you want.
You're wondering what's going on.
What's going on, and and as a high school player, eventually you have to go through it anyway. But one of the big questions you brought up, Tom, is what happens after today? You have a team like Nashua South. If they were to get the W here today, they might be road warriors. They may have to go on the road again, right?
There's no maybe. It's a definite.
So they have to Merrimack or Alvern.
They have to play out of your region, and they are the lowest seeded team, or one of the lowest seeded teams in the region. If you play in that play-in game, you're not playing at home in any of these rounds until maybe the semifinals, and that all depends on how they do that. And so the thing is here today. I'll tell you, Jason Roby, I've done 2 tournament games in soccer already this week. One was North-South boys, which we did on Monday, and the other one was BG Merrimack girls. Both games were scoreless at halftime.
Right.
You know, so it's tournament soccer is a whole different deal. I wouldn't go by the regular season per se. We know the better team in this game is Nashua South. They've got Manny Alvarez. They've got, Evan Amata. They've got a ton of other players.
Jael Bomfim, who we saw.
Bomfim, who I thought was the real key in getting their motor going the other day. This is nothing new for them. Bishop Guertin, Zach Moore, still the main guy in their machine. They just need to be able to try to match the athleticism of Nashua South and not get worn down the way they were last week.
Well, nothing more dangerous than a team with nothing to lose, right? You come in here, you're the underdog for sure. You've seen this team, you know them backwards and forwards, and you're playing with house money right now.
Yep.
And so the weather could be an equalizing factor. Things are pretty cool down there, as you mentioned. Nashua South bench very deep. We'll see what happens as South getting ready with the first touch here.
Leo Capico should be in goal for South. For Bishop Guertin, it should be, as I look at the roster, Aiden, let's see here. Aiden Lorendo, the sophomore, in the lime green. That's how it should roll, and we are underway. Take it away, Jason Roby.
All right, thank you.
I'll be joining you I'll be a little soggier by the time you see me next.
I'll keep it nice, warm, and dry up here, Tom, as we are underway here at Mata Field at Stellos Stadium. 40-minute halves here as Nashua South getting ready for the two-hand overhead throw-in. These two teams, as we mentioned, very familiar with one another. Nashua South, a couple of lopsided victories last week. I might add that the game we did earlier in the week, I believe it was Wednesday, as Tom said, it was a 1-0 Guertin lead, almost 2-0 at one point. Nashua South needing a bit of a pep talk from their head coach, Coach Bellin, and they got things going in the second half to run away with it. But
actually, Jason, it went 1-0 South, 1-1.
1-1, and then a chance to go
2-1
2-1. Thank you, Tom. See, that's why he's here, folks. That's why he's the best in the business. Just ask him. He'll tell you. All right, Nashua South now pushing things. Guertin reversing the field, sending things back into the north end. Play on, they say. Ball cleared to the side. We'll look for the teams to advance the ball up the right and left flanks. look for crossers in the middle, and then far post. South getting possession. Looks like they'll reverse it. Backwards to go forwards, and a nice job of reversing field there. And Guertin content with just clearing that ball back to midfield. And once again, South will regain possession and probably reverse the field again, and they do. So a lot of side-to-side action thus far, as expected. Bishop Guertin just content with trying to clear that zone as they have a lot of players back on the defensive side of things and maybe taking a page out of Nashua North's book. Nashua North, again, a 1-0 loser in that play-in game. But as Tom mentioned, with 6 minutes to go, it was a 0-0 game, and a lot of that was due to the fact that North changed the way they lined up. They moved some of their better players back and played a defensive strategy type game, hoping to keep it a 1-goal game. You wonder here if the Cardinals maybe took a page out of that book and are going to attempt to do the same thing. We'll see. Guertin now with possession on the far side. We'll get a throw in. Race to the ball, that 50-50 ball won by Nashua South. Panthers racing up the right side. And a good job. Play is on sides, but Baumfeld did not chase it down. So the goalie will play it back just past midfield, as Bob Bates would say, the 52-yard line. And that play was on sides as well. They had something going there. And the skill factor right now, you have to kind of look at Nashua South. That play onside, a chance at the post. It's going to go out of bounds for a goal kick through past the goal line. Play was on sides and a great attempt, potential header there, just too far. So we'll get our first goal kick here. Once again, 2 40-minute halves in high school soccer. Very, very busy time of year as the playoffs have begun in all sports, and the format being used is that draw that Tom King spoke about. The only playoff format where they're not using that blind draw is high school football. As that kick goes wide of the net, so we'll get another goal kick here for Guertin. Football based on percentage points, determine home team and so forth, and seeds. But volleyball, field hockey, soccer, all using that blind draw. Home of the higher seeds. So whoever wins here today will be Road Warriors. They'll be on the road at Merrimack or Alvern. Snow scheduled for Friday, not sure how much, we'll see. But that quarterfinal game will be played on Halloween. And so we'll see if those conditions muck up the field. We'll see if they talk about it and play on a faster racetrack. Shot from the far side, a great save there by the Guertin keeper. Wow, a rifle off the foot of, I believe it was Daniel Miranda. Tough to see the numbers from up here, don't have my spotter. And we'll get our first corner kick on that beautiful save. So this is the best play in soccer right here, where you get the corner kick, all kinds of plays and action in front of the net. We'll see if they can dial it in. And a great play there, again, by the Guertin keeper, cutting things off. They had a nice design play with a potential header. Good aggression there by the Guertin keeper. So South again with possession, game of triangles as we've talked about before. This play is on sides. Guertin defenders getting back quickly to thwart that attempt. Another play in front of the net, aggressive play by both teams. This is a win-or-go-home scenario, so both teams going to pull out all the stops here. And that ball cleared out in front of the net. South will get a throw in. Good control there, marked on the sideline. That was Neil Cacciapelli. And they quickly reverse field to the Purple Panthers. Fernando Figueroa now using his right foot to set things up. And go back to Figueroa, and a nice job of utilizing the sideline. Spacing ever important here. That ball going to be kicked out off the foot of a Guertin defender. So we had to wait over a full half to get our first corner kick. We've got 2 in the first 7 minutes here at Stellos Stadium. A wet stadium down there. The rain seems to have subsided, but a wet turf nevertheless, and that ball going off the goalie's gloves could be an issue. A nice header attempt there. Guertin tries to clear the zone. They can't. A shot off the left foot, and that looked like it was Jadiel Baumfeim, and his left footer sailed just over the top of the crossbar and out of bounds. So a good scoring bid within the first 8 minutes here for the Purple Panthers. The goal kick there sent flying towards the 40-yard line. Baumfield now with possession. He'll let it roll out of bounds off the foot. Guertin defender. And of course, Baumfield being marked there by Zach Morris, and we expect to see that play out as a pretty good matchup, Morris and Baumfield. As Guertin now trying to get something started. They didn't have the numbers, quickly stolen there by South's Jose Ochoa, but quickly gets the ball back to Baumfield, who's on the side, loses control. Guertin will be content just to kick it out of bounds. Now the throw in for the Purple Panthers. 31 minutes, 34 seconds, and counting here in the first half. Panthers trying to get their first goal of the contest as a shot taken outside finds the wrong goal. That'll bounce off of the field hockey net. Guertin again with another goal kick. Jason Roby along with Tom King, Tim Diesel O'Neill on the moving pictures. Pete Johnson is the executive producer. Happy to be here calling New Hampshire high school playoff soccer, because the alternative would be sitting at home in front of the TV with no sports. Fortunately, we are able to call this game for you as things have started to open up here with very strict guidelines, but great to see the kids out running around and playing. South of the blast there finds the keeper's hands, and that was a great shot off the right foot of Neil Cacciapelli. Again, header attempt there. 2 Panthers colliding with one another. That looked like Cacciapelli and maybe it was Lopez. I'm not quite sure of the number. Could have been Hantula as well. And that was actually Ryan Hadshake. Ryan slips on the turf as the Panthers reverse it, and they'll start up the left-hand side. Something going here now. Looking for a whistle, will not get it. Shot goes in, and a goal for the Purple Panthers. We do have an injury on the field as Jadiel Baumfeim has been rolling around at about the 10-yard, the 12-yard mark. Clock stops at the injury timeout. One of the things you have to be careful of on slippery turf is groin pulls, and when you're swinging the legs like that to kick the ball, a lot of times you can get nasty groin pulls, hip flexor issues. So if Baumfield has to come out, that's a big loss for the Purple Panthers. even though they score on the play. They lead 1-0 with 29:36 to play here in the first half. It's like Matt Kiesling will come in and take the place of Baumfield. Who was very active and has been very active early on. He'll hit under the tent to get checked out. Baumfield is only a sophomore. So 2 more years to play after this. There'll be something to see in a couple of years. He is now. South gaining possession on the first touch, and they'll begin things. That play onside, but swallowed up there by the Guertin defense. Johnny on the spot was Sean Kelly, it looked like, and he reversed the field quickly. But again, skill level of the Panthers at the forefront as they continue to apply pressure. Guertin now reversing field. Up the right side they go. We'll see if they can muster something. Play has been largely dominated by the Purple Panthers. Time of possession, shots on goal. Just the skill level is now. As I say that, we're going to have an attempt here. And a good aggressive play by the goalkeeper for Nashua South, Capico. As Guertin had a nice rush towards the net. And that was the aforementioned Zach Morris pushing the issue. With Baumfield off the field, we'll see who Morris now marks. South content to keep possession. Try to find the soft spot, and they do back on that left side. And they'll get things going now, left to right.
Well, possession is the whole deal, and South has owned it.
We've had a couple of corner kicks so far, Tom King, and a lot of pressure. This will be, I believe, the 5th goal kick.
It's a clinic, really. I mean, just the way they possess the ball, move the ball, pass the ball. Amata with a good play. I believe he got that goal.
I think he did. Yeah.
He was the scorer, and after Bonfim got roughed up a little bit, hopefully he's not hurt too badly.
Well, we talked about that potentially could be a groin issue. Not sure, but when you play on a slippery field like
that's
this,
just it.
You swing the leg, and this one's going to be taken from the far side, about 19 yards out. But
yeah, the only thing that South hasn't had is shooting accuracy. That's about the best you can say. Bonfim had a great opportunity off a corner, and he just missed the shot. So, shooting accuracy is really the only thing. You possess the ball long enough, you're going to have chances. They've had plenty of them. They're going to cash in on it.
Well, yeah, you shoot it enough. You're going to find the back of the net more times than not. And the skill level here, very evident as a...
Oh, very much so.
Guertin, again, content to sit back and really play defensive-minded soccer. We think maybe they took a page out of Nashua and North's book, but at this point, you have to kind of apply some pressure yourself and get something going here. And that's what the Titans are going to attempt to do. And there's a great example. Shot save there, point blank. And a good shot by Max Lopez.
Lorendo is just going to have to be superhuman in this game.
Yeah, Lorendo's already made a couple of good saves.
Made 2 or 3.
Yeah, and his, wet gloves, you have to be aware of that. Really get the hands behind the ball, which makes it harder to catch. This is Hantula on the move now. South keeping possession. Lazy pass there, picked up by Guertin. They'll go backwards to go forwards. Morris now. And they'll reverse field. Nicely done by the Cardinals. I'll tell you what, Tom King, the house flies in this place, they're like small animals.
They made their home here for the fall.
Good Lord.
Yep.
We have a couple of substitutions coming now as it looks like Caterpillar and Rory Olson will be checking in for the Panthers. And again, just a revolving door of talent in and out here for Nashua South. They do not drop off. as we noted here the last time we called the game, they continue to possess the ball, especially with the players who are fresh off the bench. Getting touches. Guertin now from deep within their own territory will try to get things out. Once again, South getting possession. And these aren't even 50-50 balls, Tom. This is just Nashua South getting the ball and keeping it. Trying to get behind the defense there and almost did.
Possession.
Yeah.
It is the big, well, I mean, you know as a football coach, possession, time of possession.
Guertin something here, looking for the cross, gets it on net, and a nice save there.
Capico has to work today. If they get too lax, Guertin is going to come down.
Well, he was looking for, it looked like on the far side, Rayan Hamid, a ninth grader for the Cardinals, trying to force the issue from the left side.
This is just a point where Guertin really needs to have a good outing in my mind. I mean, obviously, look, they're still in the game. It's 1-0.
Right.
But they need to have a good outing so that they can take that into next year if they don't win it. And here's another chance and a header away.
And you know, Tom, this game very curiously enough looks like the first game that you and I called, where, as you mentioned, South getting out to the early 1-0 lead. Play was dominated by South, and then Guertin made that late push as they'll get a corner here with a chance to tie things up.
Tom Bellin will tell you, once they get a early lead, sometimes they get relaxed. And
can't take your foot off the gas in the playoffs.
Exactly. A little bit too far out with that corner kick. I always think, Jason, the best corner kick is the one that goes near the goal mouth, because it's just look, you want to get it in the goal, get it closer to the goal.
Right. Well, they try to bend it and put spin on it and make it move.
And they have plays and certain people. Look, the ball's going to bounce around a lot. If you can head it in real quickly on a bang,
right,
you got a good chance.
And especially on a day today where the conditions are wet.
Or draw a penalty.
Draw a penalty, sure.
You know, that's the thing.
This is Emmanuel Orozco Alvarez, and he was trying to get things going. He'll give it up. Back there, nice play to catch Pili again.
And here they go.
And they find the side. And again, we'll see if we get it to the middle of the cross.
All that room to operate.
Did we get a trip there, Tom?
That should be in the box.
Guertin was looking for a handball. They were looking for a handball.
And South should have been looking for a trip.
Yeah, I would think so. But they're letting them play on here. Again, South forcing the issue in an attempt. And the side here, marked by a couple of Guertin defenders. They'll set it back up outside.
And here's the ball in the middle.
Yeah, that header
There's
attempt.
a shot chance right there. Oh, it's just deflected. Another chance right here. No, you can't let it settle. You've got to kick it right away.
A lot of bodies there in front of the net.
The mistake made on that play was he wanted to get the ball right settled at his feet. No, just push
kick it. Yep.
Just kick it. Just push it.
When you're in deep like that, there's not enough time to gather it.
And on the flip side, great job by Guertin defensively.
Right.
They didn't make South feel comfortable in that situation.
What a nice play there by Neil Cacciapelli again.
Do you see the difference without Bonfim? He is I think he really has developed into one of their best players offensively.
The one thing I will say, though, Tom, is it seems like there's a lot of good passing going on there by the Panthers.
There is.
Not as much individual play.
There's a lot of players. They need to just finish. There's a lot of players. They have great finishers. They just need to do it over the course of an 80-minute game, and I think they will.
Guertin now trying to get possession back. They can't, as Alvarez now, he loses it off of his foot. And Guertin seems content to just kick it as far as they can and hope they can outrace the defense and make a play. But again, 21 minutes and counting to play here in the first half. And this play is onside. We'll see if they can get anybody to the back post. They do! And a shot, and it goes wide!
Just wide.
And great job defensively there, I believe. I'm trying to get a number, Tom. I'm not sure if it was Nick Young or... But he was beaten. He caught up, got in front of the play, and was able to get it out.
Just a great play.
But a good cross there, Tom.
Good cross, but Guertin didn't let them alone. They made sure they bothered them enough. You know, and look, Rocky Roque is a good coach, and he knows what, the talent level difference. So what he's trying to do is have his players as he yelled at them during during a brief period, don't play the ball, play the person,
Right.
play the man.
Right. And that's a common,
And he
that
said,
is one of the first things
right.
they teach you in soccer.
Right, and when Amada scored the goal, he said, "You see what happens when you play the ball?"
Yep.
And that's exactly what happened.
Yep. No, that's a great point. Is play is onside and living dangerously is Nashua South. Guertin trying to get one or two players past the defense on sides, of course. But they're going to make a run here at some point. You have to believe. Again, time of possession just huge in favor of Nashua South. And
you know, this could be a lot of players here. Their last game at Stellos. We don't know how the pairs will work out in the semis and everything else.
right,
You got some really talented seniors on this team.
there sure are. Yeah, there's some great athletes out on the field.
And I guess my point is, this is their opportunity. This is the year where I'd be. Anything can happen in soccer.
Yeah.
But I think the feeling that Tom Bellin and this program has is we should at least have a chance to compete for a championship in the finals.
Right. Well, you certainly have the talent, you certainly have the skill, and it's just a matter of putting it all together.
And they make Lorenzo work again as
Yeah.
he's got 4 or 5 saves already in this game.
He's a busy man, not to mention the shots that went over or by the net. So the Purple Panthers applying a lot of pressure here in the first half. Got about 18:37 to go here in the first half. And once again, the thing we've been saying all along, the Purple Panthers again with possession. Winning that 50-50 ball there. And just great recognition of understanding where your team is as a pass a little bit behind Jose Ochoa. So Guertin with the throw-in, but just anticipation of where your team is going to be, where you need to pass the ball to. And we have a chance here, and that was going to be a streaking Morris down the side, the left side, and fortunate for the Panthers as they get things going the other way. Play on side, picked his pocket there. Lopez had the ball taken off his foot, and Guertin coming the other way. And a good no call there is played off the ball. So Guertin with an opportunity with a throw-in. From right to left on your screen and marked up well, but fighting through it. Nice crossing pass. Looking for a handball there. Nothing there.
Nothing there and no numbers. No numbers for Guertin there.
And
They
it's
needed more numbers. You see the difference. Look at what South did when they flooded the zone.
Yeah.
Guertin wasn't able to do that. Why? They've got so many people back defensively.
well, I think if you get 5 goals scored on you, then 7 goals scored on you, clearly what you're doing isn't working defensively. So I think Guertin content to play back and try to win some one-on-one battles here has a great opportunity by the freshman Ryan Hamid. And that ball close to being on goal. So the Purple Panthers will set things back up. And a nice pass there to the side as the Purple Panthers now trying to get something set up. Looking for a handball there, but no call.
But this, again, South's got to feel they should have a bigger lead than this with 16:30 left to play in the first half.
Well, you know, you say it all the time, Tom, in hockey especially, is if you get a hot goaltender, you know, if your goalie's making some saves, keeping you in it, anything can happen. You hang around long enough, and you know this in your time covering every sport, that funny things happen. It is a round ball, but it bounces funny sometimes. Well, looks like we're going to get a handball there, maybe.
Well, Guertin playing its best soccer right now of the game.
Yeah, they're in this. They've had a couple of rushes here, and you know, they're one-on-one or one-on-two matchups now. But now they'll force the issue.
Tournament soccer, so different. Just the edge, the tense nature.
And a busy time of year, Tom, covering all kinds of games: field hockey, soccer,
That was
You know,
at 2.
football playoffs, volleyball last night.
I was at 2 yesterday, and in tournament soccer, a lot of times it takes time for the talent to rise to the top in a game. And you can't always count on that talent doing that.
Well, there's a feeling out process generally, but the fact that these teams know each other so well,
No, they've just played 2. Look, no, I don't think Bellin is got to be a fan of the format. I mean, no, he knows that there's no choice. This is the way it has to be, and that this is why, and everything else.
And that's okay, yeah.
And they're out
Yep.
there playing, so it's okay. But I think if they went and said, well, this is how we're going to do it from now on, I think he would say, oh, no, thank you.
yeah, no, that definitely not a
Why
formula.
do I have to play a team, that I beat twice already and just, a week ago?
Right,
And another team that I also beat twice.
right.
Here's another chance for a shot. They're going to cross. I would have taken the shot there.
Yeah, Choa's got a good leg. I thought he would at least put it on goal. But
yeah, I would try to make, Lorendo work a little bit. But the best chance, obviously, for South is when they get it around the 10-yard line and can fire it. They have a bigger target. The target shrinks the further you're away.
right.
And here's a chance right here. And the goalie comes over, doesn't have to make the play as it rolls out.
Well, again, that was Matt Kiesling, and he split a double team right there, to use a football term.
Well,
He was marked up by 2 players, and he split it and had, he didn't get a shot on net.
Go over the names of guys who they're not going to have next year.
Right.
You know,
Well, the time is now.
Ryan
right?
Hadouche, Matt Kiesling,
Yeah. This team is built for now.
Jesse Hantula, Neil Cacciapilli, guys we've all called, whose names we've all called
Multiple
before.
times. Yep.
Sebastian Coelho.
Wow, great play there.
Here we go.
Nice passing.
Manny Alvarez, he's not going to be here next year.
Nice.
Amada is a junior. Amada will be one of the better players on his team next year.
Right.
So those are all those things that are going through some minds.
Well, you have to wonder, too,
And
with such talent at the varsity level, what does it look like sub-varsity level?
That's what I don't know.
And a nice shot on goal there. I mean, it wasn't a blistering shot, but it was a shot nevertheless.
Yeah, but you need to you fire it there, and you'll be fine. You'll be able to nail it because you've got a bigger target, and the goalie just can't move as quickly.
Right.
You gonna sing for us, Jason?
I don't know. Is that me?
It's got to be.
Must be.
Mine's always on vibrate. I never have it on.
I'm a busy man, Tom.
On noise.
I came right from the classroom, which is my 3 seasons sun porch.
Exactly. Isn't it?
So
It's got to be strange.
It's
doing
weird.
this.
It's weird. But you know what? Kudos to the kids. We're all doing the best that we can, and the kids are doing great. I, as a physical education teacher, would much rather be in the classroom running around and, playing and being active. But the kids have done a nice job. So really can't complain. We're doing like the soccer. We're doing the best we can with the hand we've been dealt.
We have a corner kick. No, it's an inbound play. Well,
And a nice inbound play here is
And
South
there's a
with an
shot.
opportunity.
No.
Oh.
Got to shoot it quicker. Got to
Yeah.
let that ball. You try to get too cute there. You know that? And
Yep.
look at the situation. You got the ball way down the field going the other direction because you tried to be a little too cute with a play.
Oh, this play is, you know what, Tom? I'm telling you right now, though, I keep watching what Bishop Guertin is doing, and they're slowly getting somebody up the field, and it's a 1-on-2 sometimes, but if it stays on side,
Look, all it takes
the Guertin Cardinals here are making something interesting here.
All it takes is one goal, and I'm telling you right now, that's how North looked at it on Monday.
Why not?
And they had that one chance in a scoreless game, and they missed it.
Yeah.
They missed it wide. And if that had gone in, who knows?
Well, you come in with a game plan, and if what you've done before previously has not worked, you're crazy to not change it up, and
Right.
And you're going to do whatever you can to make it work. As speaking of making it work, here comes South on an odd man rush. They gain control. Probably try to reverse it here. They do. He sees something. That play's onside. Well done.
There's
Look
a
for the
chance.
cross off the left foot.
Yep.
He does, and it goes out of bounds. Looks like we're going to have another corner.
Should be a corner as if it deflected off a BG defender. And it looked like it did, and they'll set up for a corner kick with 10:48 to play. And here comes Bompton back in the game. And that is what I think they missed was some of their coordination down in the He is great at maneuvering the ball.
Well, you know, he's going to walk right in, Tom, and,
Yeah,
he'll be a presence in front of that
Yeah,
net.
let's see how this works now. Is Manny going to take? I think Manny
Yeah, it
Alvarez.
looks like Manny Alvarez is going to take the corner.
Yep. 10:22 left to play in a half.
So this is a big one here with 10:18 and counting to play. That corner bends a little bit and a chance in front of the net.
Well, too far through.
Too far, but again, look at possession, Tom. Possession back to the Panthers.
I'd chip it up and over, and
they do.
Too far. Had too much of a slice on it.
So again, look at possession again, Tom.
There's the
Shot from the outside. That's off the post.
Oh, what a save!
Oh,
No, did it hit the post?
I think it hit the
his
post,
hand?
Tom. I think it hit the post. I could be wrong.
Oh,
Wow, what an attempt.
not quite the line drive blistering shot you wanted, but still was effective enough. And Lorenda could not reach it. There was no way. And I didn't know if he lunged and got something on it, but you're right. I think it must have hit the post. For it to bounce back that far, it had to hit the post.
The other thing, too, Tom, is you look at that corner kick. After that corner, South had 3 more opportunities to put the ball on net. They gained possession 3 more times.
The corner helped them continue possession.
Yeah.
9:13 to play first half.
We have a couple of other scores from around the state here early on in the first half. We have Exeter 2-0 over Dover in the first. Bedford and Goffstown in a scoreless tie right now.
Ball's loose
Looking
in
for a
front
hand
again. Here's a
pass.
chance
Another
right
shot,
there.
a save!
Oh, what a
save!
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
That was an incredible save by Lorenda. Unbelievable. That had goal written all over it.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Shades of the 1980 Olympics, Tom, and Jim
Boy.
Craig in net against the Soviets.
I couldn't tell who had the shot there, but boy, what a superb save.
And see there, Tom, they're slowly but surely, they're trying to get that one-on-one matchup,
they
and now
have
they
it.
have it.
Yep.
That talented freshman for Guertin, Hamid, trying to get behind the defense.
Here's a chance with a shot here. No, and South will try to maneuver it up. Up, blocked.
Wow, that was quite a save.
That was
And we'll look back on that one, Tom, if things work out in Guertin's favor here.
We've done a lot of games this year, and I've done games, apart from the games we've done on TV. That, to me, this fall is the save of the year.
Tom, this is like your 60th year calling games, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. I said to somebody today, I've got game number 9,274 of the week.
Right.
But that was, to me, the best save of the fall.
That was beautiful.
That
As
was the
Julian
best save.
Estrada checks into the game.
I don't know how he got over there that quickly, because that ball was rocked. That was the type of shot South needs to get by him.
They need to bury, no doubt.
And he didn't allow it to happen.
Corner here by Lopez.
Yep.
Oh, and a great attempt there is
shot
is another save.
He's
Wow.
tough, boy. He's got 8 of them already in this game.
Well, player of the game thus far
is him.
He's keeping the Cardinals locked into this one. And if you can go into halftime down just 1 goal, and here we go. Again, they're going to continue to try and force feed Hamid, the freshman, in those one-on-one matchups.
They're going to look for that break, because you know what? And a trip.
Yeah, and that's a good call there.
That's going to be a free kick for Guertin at around the 23, 24-yard line. It's out of the box, so South is lucky that that's not a penalty kick. But we've got an injury on the field because he's hurt after that trip.
Well, we've seen kids able to kick 34-yarders from that area, so we'll see what happens. We'll have to attend to the injury first, and that was a pretty hard foul there.
Yeah, it was a hard foul. It wasn't an intentional foul.
No. He played the ball, but he played it through his leg, and
they got tangled, and he went up in the air and landed.
And so these are the opportunities you talk about. If you're Nashua South, some sort of frustration begins to set in here as you're unable to, put the ball in the net with so many point-blank chances. What do you have to do? As I said, reminiscent of Jim Craig in the 1980 Olympic semifinal against the Soviets. And just a great job all around. And if you're Bishop Guertin, and if you're and specifically if you're Coach Roke, I want to say it right, Roke, if you're the Bishop Guertin coach, you have to say to yourself,
He goes by Rocky, and
so
that's
you
about
go by
it.
Rocky, but so if you're Coach Rocky, if you're on his team, you're saying, hey, thus far the things that we're doing, they're working. They're keeping us in this game.
Yeah.
We're going to keep hammering away here, and we're going to come away with one. A big opportunity here now, as Hamid has an opportunity.
Good to see who that is.
Ryan Hamid, the freshman.
We're going to see who that is coming off the field who was tripped.
Oh, was tripped, yeah. I didn't quite catch the number.
Well, he rolled it
Great
up.
play
Here's
at the
a
back
chance, and it's
post. Wow.
wide. So the trip leaves a good play and a good pass, but Guertin just can't finish.
And that ball bent right to left, so Hamid with a good effort there, but nothing to show. But again, if you're the Cardinals, you have to feel good with 6 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the first half of the kind of game you're playing. Your goaltender's on point. You got things going your way, and you're just hoping to get that equalizer. And then things get really interesting. This play on sides.
And what it's got is it's got the Panthers going in the wrong direction where they have to make a wild kick out of bounds and give Guertin possession.
Yep. So again, Guertin down 1-0 here in the first half.
Should be down 4, but Lorendo has just been absolutely
Aiden Lorendo has just played out of his mind. The sophomore has done a terrific job in goal.
Shot in the box, and it's scooped up by Capico as the ball just kind of bounced. Again, the numbers aren't there for BG because they're so wary of the defensive end.
Tom, you have to wonder too, if you're Nashua South, are you starting to get frustrated that your chances aren't yielding the points that you'd hope they would? Or do you get frustrated? Does it take you out of your game at all?
Well, I think kids being kids, they are going to get a little frustrated. But the thing that this team does is they've got so many people to run in and out of there. You get a fresh body out there, he's not as frustrated. He hasn't been out there the whole time.
Sure.
And that helps them. That burst of energy.
Hadou's trying to get things started. Possession there, taken by Guertin.
You saw it with Bomfin, all right?
Right.
When he came out into the game, what happened when he came back into the game? Where was the ball most of the time?
Right, for him.
And he didn't have any great shots. But just his presence alone helped re-energize that offense a little bit and create some quality chances.
Guertin now spending some time in the Nashua South area.
See, the one thing that I see is that South speed is being negated a little bit, but here's another chance, and there we go.
Well, and that's exactly why Guertin's been playing the
way
they've been playing. Nice cross there. We'll
Right
get
there,
some
Amata,
just outside. The field goal is up, and it's no good.
I think that was Amata. I'm not sure from the distance we're at, but I'm pretty sure that was Ethan Amata, and that shot high, and he knows it.
I'm sure Coach Rocky at this point is telling him, see, this is why we don't want to push too much.
Right.
We don't want that speed to burn us. Plays on side, they're going to beat us to the ball. They have great speed, so we need to continue to play that defensive-minded game. And they got caught out of that just a bit there. Lucky for them, that kick went high and wide of the goal. South again with possession, going back to the formula that has worked.
And here's another
play
one.
on side. We'll see backside post. What's there? And it's kicked in there. And a great scoring attempt.
Just wide.
But defended again.
Defended and kicked wide.
So a great play on both sides, really. Great defensive play and a great scoring bid.
Well, creating a lot of the opportunities right now for Nashua South is a guy who Tom Bellin said in the first Guertin game last week, Max Lopez.
He's been busy today, too.
He said he's really found his game a little bit. He'd been frustrated all year, hadn't gotten on the board, and he got a goal and made a difference in the game last week. And he said that's big for them. And look at the speed he's showing down right wing. Yeah,
Lopez, and there's no one there marking him up. He gets the ball back. A nice little give-and-go play there. It was Ochoa. Ochoa looking for something. He's going to go with the left. Good defense in front of the Guertin net.
Yeah, that was a quick switch by Ochoa to the left, and good job by Guertin to notice that and make the deflection.
And the ability of these elite players to use the left and the right equally.
These kids, this is a real, South's had some talented teams the last 4 years, I think. They really had a good influx of soccer players.
just trying to get over the hump here, and this would go a long way for them if they can get past this Guertin team. But Guertin just playing solid all the way around, marking up
right
a nice
here.
give.
Lopez, side, cross, boot, wide, back to Lopez. That's a different play. And
That is on goal, and it goes
just over
the net, and a good play there by
Tough.
the keeper. Nice save. Had to time that jump, Tom.
Lorenzo had to time it. The question was, with the ball, did the ball have enough room to tuck in underneath that top? I don't know. But it's going to be a corner kick nonetheless for South with under 2 to play here in the first half. South looking to expand a 1-0 lead.
If you're Bishop Guertin, you got to feel pretty good. This is a huge play here. This could be a turning point.
And they're going to switch it up.
Away. Yeah. Well, you mentioned it there. They want to probably get Lopez.
And Bellin doesn't like something. He was just beside himself on the sidelines, and that's just a little too far on the corner. Too far. They made the change. I don't think Bellin wanted them to make that change. Ooh, there's a hit in the ball.
That could be a corner for. No, they're going to call goal kick.
Goal kick after that contact in the corner, huh?
I thought the South player, I don't know who it was, maybe it was Kiesling, I'm not sure, but put it off the Guertin leg and out of bounds. So referee on the field said no, sir. Goal kick. And here we go. And there's the bomb field now.
They can't take too much time, and that's why.
They did.
Yep, and that'll do it for the first half, everybody. Tim O'Neill on camera, Pete Johnson, our executive producer, Jason Roby doing the play-by-play. I'm Tom King. We'll be back with the second half right after this, or if you're watching live, in about 10 minutes.
In these challenging and changing times, the Nashua Division of Public Health and Community Services would like to share a public health moment with you. Communicable Disease Nurse Coordinator Flavia Martin is here to answer a common COVID-19 question.
Flavia, we've been asked if somebody has a positive test with COVID-19 but no symptoms, do they still need to quarantine?
Absolutely. So if you have a positive COVID result, even with no symptoms, it's still very important to isolate. The reason being is that we know that about 30 to 35% of people who are infected with coronavirus have no symptoms. That's the asymptomatic person, but they're very capable of spreading viruses, viral particles, and spreading disease. So for that reason, it is still very important if you have a positive test result, even with no symptoms, it's still important to isolate for the full 10 days from the date of test and maintain separation from everyone else.
For more information on COVID-19 or to schedule a COVID-19 test, call 603-589-3456 or visit our website at nashuanh.gov/COVID-19.
Here at Stellos Stadium, it's a 1-0 Nashua South lead in the Division I preliminary round. I'm Tom King. Jason Roby will call the play-by-play. Tim O'Neill on camera. Pete Johnson, our executive producer. Take it away, Mr. Roby.
All right. Well, if you're Guertin, you got to be real pleased with how things went in that first half. Only down by a goal. Their goaltender standing on his head, as it were, is young Aiden Lorendo, the sophomore, making some fantastic saves.
8 saves in the first half.
A lot of attempts by Nashua South, only 1 goal to show for it. So we'll see how that translates here in the second half, as once again, South dominating time of possession. They'll look to reverse field, and they do.
So see, what South is going to look for here, they just need, I think the feeling that they have is they need 1 goal.
Yep.
Because they have to think that offensively, Guertin can't score twice.
Well, here they're playing a little bit of keep away, trying to draw the Guertin defense out to get themselves set up. And they'll just bring it back. And they're incrementally, Tom, just creeping up.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, look at Bonfim was just sliding through and almost broke in. If he could have stayed on side and they could have gotten him the ball, he had a definite chance on the left side.
Well, Morris marked him for most of that first half, and something tells me he'll draw that job again in the second half.
Zach Morris, in my mind, the best overall player on this team, on Guertin's team.
Goal kick
Besides the
coming
goal.
up.
Besides the goal.
Right. So, that off the head of Morris. South getting possession is Figueroa. He'll reverse things now, coming back this way to Miranda. Right to left on your dial. Miranda now trying to make a move and get by. He does. Nick Young recovers in time, but Panthers once again forcing the issue. Good movement here. Stolen and cleared.
I'll tell you what, in 2 games right now, Manny Alvarez has not been as much of a factor as Nashua South would like him to be. Teams know him, and they double him.
Well, Alvarez, of course, you know, he's at the center of everything, right in the middle of that field, and they've marked him up well. They know that everything goes through him, and if they can limit his touches.
So now you wonder if maybe down the road, if South survives this game, and that's still a big if, that they may move him around a little bit. Ah, there's our old friend, Pete Palladino from Bishop Guertin on the sidelines right now. In charge of alumni affairs at BG, former athletic director, who still does some athletics work as for Ryan Brown. He was in charge of the volleyball. He was the director for the volleyball game last night, I believe.
And a great foot race down here, down the side, and that ball will go out of bounds. A little slippage there on the wet turf will result in a goal kick for Bishop Guertin.
Just underway here, second half, 1-0 to score. As you see on your screen, Nashua South with the lead.
Ball bounces just before midfield. Battle for it there, taken by South. We'll get the throw in.
How often will we be looking to our right? That's the question.
Catch play getting things going. Aforementioned Alvarez. Alvarez looking to reverse it. That found the foot of Nashua South. Here comes Bomfeem now.
Bomfeem, only a sophomore, will be a big key next year as well.
And a lot of times the players around you help make
There's
you
a
who you
centering
are.
shot, and it's kicked away.
Morris was Johnny on the spot! Off the post again!
Off the crossbar. Off the crossbar. I know exactly who took shot that. It was Jesse Antula. Antula, who's been lurking around through the seams in this second half, got the ball a couple of times earlier, wasn't able to do anything with it. Then he got the ball, and he laced a quick shot that hits the bar.
Well, we've had one off the crossbar, one off the side post. Some great saves, some missed opportunities for South, and here comes Guertin the other way.
And it doesn't last long.
It does not last long.
They go back to Capico. Now, one of the things,
sophomore Cam Mills.
one of the things that I brought
senior
up,
Cam Mills,
one of the things that I brought up in the North-South game was, I mean, North didn't have a chance. They had one chance in the first half that hit the bar. They had another chance, the best chance that went wide late in the game. With about 6 minutes, with about just over 6 to play, and then South scored right after that. One of the things that I mentioned was Capico, all right, isn't seeing a lot.
Right.
You don't want that if you go to penalty kicks.
No, you want to have some work. You want to feel like you're a part of the game.
You want to be loose and ready and everything else, and you in a rhythm because you made some saves and the whole bit. So you don't want this game. There's no way that South wants to see penalty kicks. They lost that way last year in the quarterfinals. They don't want to lose that way again.
Miranda with a good throw in there. What a nice pass. But he's marked up and marked up well.
Well, look at the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Guertin jerseys beyond the 15-yard line.
That was Sebastian Coelho, had the ball taken off his foot. Here comes Bomfeem down the left side. He'll try to get something across, and it gets through. A nice pass to the outside across, and another field goal.
Who is that on that side that hit that one too hard? Couldn't see.
Great ball movement by the Panthers.
That is always that is always the fear when you get that opportunity to one-time it. You've got so much momentum that you kick it high.
Well, it was such an easy shot, right? There was no, it was uncontested and let it fly just a little high. Could probably be kicking on Friday nights.
Yep, I know it. Why isn't he? Let's go.
Exactly right, sir. All right. There's Alvarez with the header. South regaining possession. Coelho now. He crosses it. Play is onside to Bonfim. Bonfim! Oh, and it's an own goal!
Rebound.
Oh, an own goal.
Yep.
A great save initially. Getting back to help there.
And unfortunately, see, Bonfim had so much on that. Lorendo with a great save and a Guertin defender. It just hit right off his body into the net.
And, that's...
And I don't think that was a kick. I think it just hit
No,
off.
it hit his body and bounced in.
Yep.
There was so much heat on that shot.
but
Lorendo with the original save.
Right.
So 2-0 now. Nashua South, 33 minutes, 30 seconds to play here in regulation. And that could be a backbreaker. We'll see how Guertin responds.
Well, you know, Rocky's going to have to decide at some point. Do I unleash the hounds?
I think you have to. There is no tomorrow.
Right.
You're down to, your scoring chances have been limited to, an odd man rush here and there, a one-on-one rush. We got to start pushing the issue, especially if Nashua South continues to fall forward here. It looks like they're content. They got 5 people back defensively. So it looks like they're going to change their outlook on how they're going to play the last 30 minutes of this game. Be content to just drop back defensively and play keep away. But when you're a scoring machine like South is, sometimes the kids being kids, sometimes you want to force the issue. You're not happy or satisfied with just a couple on the board. We'll see how they respond. As Catchpilly now sends things down. He was looking for Lopez, and that went out of bounds, so Guertin will get possession. Substitutes coming in here. Number 3 is for the Cardinals, Calvin Jazokas, senior, and he'll take the place. Looks like he's taking the place of Morris, if I'm not mistaken. Again, we have to charge admission to come see the Flies here in the press box.
I was just going to say, what rent are they going to send the city a bill? Because we're just tenants. They own it. I mean, they're not
put some
flying
saddles on these things.
They're not flying around us. They're just right all along the windows.
And they're not small.
No, they're not.
So, no flies on you, Tom King. Here we go. Oh, and a takedown there.
That's going to be a free kick.
Yeah, Alvarez looked like he had a free path to the goal. Could have gone left, could have gone right. He got tripped up. So,
and Tom Bellin was holding his breath when he saw Alvarez hit the turf.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hope there's no injury. There's not, but I mean, he's ready to go.
We'll see what they design here.
Kaboom. Okay. It's going to be right at the spot of the foul, right at the 25. Alvarez does not necessarily have to be the guy taking it. Could be anybody.
That's a great play
He's
there.
Take it. Oh,
they tapped it back to him. That was the design take for Alvarez.
Yep.
But it found the leg of a Guertin defender.
Yeah, the tripping call on it. I would have thought that they would have had to move back further and give them more room. You know that?
I don't know. It wasn't. I'm going to use the wrong terminology, an indirect. So South now forcing the issue down the side. Looking for a cross here.
There's one.
Plays on side. Alvarez was there. Here's Bonfim making life difficult for the Guertin defenders. Bonfim using some skill. He's marked up by a couple of Cardinals. And a nice cross there. Nobody home. You were looking for Miranda putting the ball on net, hoping for a cross.
See, that was not intended to be a shot. That was a chip over the defense, and it just carried right into Lorendo, who makes the save.
But again, you look at it, Tom, and again, who's got possession, right? Nashua South here. And that'll go off the foot of Miranda, and the Cardinals will get it at about midfield. It's Kiesling ready to throw it in. He does. And I think a handball call on Miranda there, or it just went out of bounds. Panthers will look to start things up. They'll probably reverse it here, and they do.
So here's the thing for South. Don't make any defensive mistakes. Don't,
Right.
You know, don't give them an opportunity.
Right?
Don't open that door. And if you're Guertin, you're pounding on that door. But they just can't get the horses loose because they're all back to try to keep the score down. And now what happens is you get frustrated and you start playing what soccer coaches always call boom ball.
Right. Nice pass there by Baumfield to Miranda. Miranda down the left side looking for some help. He gets bumped off the play. Nice defensive play there by John Sullivan. Goal kick forthcoming. Some other high school scores now. Exeter up on Dover 3-2. Bedford over Goffstown 2-0 in the second. Merrimack and Alvern locked up at 0 in the first half. So Dover making things interesting. They were down by a couple of goals to Exeter. It's 3-2 now. Coelho now looking for the nice pass to Amata. Was a little bit long for him, couldn't get to it. And now Guertin with a run on things, but 3 Purple Panthers are back, and they'll
Speed.
just tap it back to the goalie.
They're able to get back. And South can now do that.
Yeah, they'll fade back.
They can now fade back because they've got the 2-goal lead instead of the 1-goal lead. So if they get into a defensive mode, it's not going to be as big a deal.
Right. A nice pass there. Getting behind the defense. Looked like it was offsides, though, as Amata was behind the Guertin defense. Whistled offsides. Guertin will get possession here on a free kick. And stolen there. And a nice lead for Baumfield, and a good defensive play there by Jazokas. A great pass by Alvarez. He found Baumfield.
I'll tell you what. Is there a time when Baumfield doesn't make something happen when he touches the ball? Whether it's a great forcing the defense to make a great play, or what? I mean, that's just great defense by Guertin. But you know, Baumfield is such a weapon now. Here's another chance right here.
That was set up by Alvarez.
Oh, and Manny with the
great
slide.
job
That's a
by
nice
Alvarez.
job.
Keep possession, fired from outside,
Just
will go wide. But the last 2 plays, the last 2 attempts that we've seen, those plays are made by Alvarez. He's the table setter. He did a nice job there. .26 minutes, 25 seconds and counting here in regulation. 2-0, Nashua South over Guertin. First round of the playoffs. Well, after the play-in, I guess you could
Preliminary round.
consider that. This is the preliminary round. And again, as Tom mentioned, just South has all kinds of players back defensively. Don't want to get too cute and lazy with it. And they don't. Looking for a give and go here. Nope. They're probably going to reverse it.
After all that rain, after all that dry weather we have almost an entire week of rain. This place and it's going to affect
Opportunity
teams.
here. Beats him to the spot.
Trip in the box. They
No
don't make a
call,
call.
Tom. No
Wow.
call.
I guess that, they're going to say he slipped. I don't think so.
I think they're going to say he got the ball first. If you touch the ball first, it doesn't matter what happens after that.
Well, you can't get tripped though, Jason.
If you play the ball, yeah, you can. If you play the ball, hit the ball.
If the defender does. But
Yeah.
if you're the offensive player and you get tripped up, they're going to whistle it.
Not if the ball's being kicked, though, Tom.
Yeah, I don't know. That looked
pretty sure.
That looked like a possession play to me, where you can't get tripped.
If the trip happens before the ball gets played, I think you're right. But if the ball gets kicked, then the trip occurs.
In other words, he doesn't have the ball with him
Correct.
because the ball's rolling. Oh, I don't know. That was close. The ball wasn't that far away from him.
Yeah, it's tournament time. They're letting them play, Tom. Jizokos loses the ball off his foot. Alvarez now looking to set the table, as we mentioned. He crosses field.
See, the sports writer in me says it's okay either way because the clock still ticks.
Clock is
the clock
running.
still ticks.
Oh, and a great header there, and a great scoring attempt. And you can say the two names of the guys that were involved. Alvarez and Bonfim was there as well.
Two most talented players on his team. One won't be here next year. One will be.
It's another goal kick. Tom, I mean, you're talking about a game that could be a double-digit score-wise.
Oh, they've had so many chances.
A lot of opportunity, and some of that because of the play of the goaltender.
I have Lorendo with a dozen saves right now.
Keeping him in this game.
Capico has 2.
So we'll get a throw in here from the Purple Panthers. Kachapilli will, or rather, Miranda, I believe, on the throw. Yep, it's Miranda. Subs for Guertin. South content to work around the perimeter. They'll keep possession. A little lazy on that pass there. Guertin with something going here. They have a nice rush. Play is on sides. If he gives it up now. Oh, and a great slide tackle there.
And the thing that was good about that slide tackle, all ball, no body.
Right.
If you're going to slide these days, you want to slide and hit the ball and not the body. You hit the body, you're going to get called for it.
Nice throw in there with an opportunity. And South just kind of watching that. We call that a campfire in volleyball. Ball hits the ground and you have people just staring at it.
But you know what? You had 5 players there.
Yeah.
You had 5 white shirts. They all got back.
Just the way things are going today.
Pico says, I get to kick the ball for a change.
Remember me?
Yeah, right.
South coming away with possession on that.
If you're just tuning in, South has dominated this game offensively, but it's only 2-0 because of the play of Bishop Guertin goalie Aiden Lorendo. He's been fantastic. We've got 22-18 left to play in the game.
You know, Tom King, he won't say regulation. He'll say the game.
Oh, I'll always say regulation. Always regulation in soccer.
Oh, and here it is, Tom.
There's the
play
chance.
is onside. Shot, it's a
Score!
goal!
There it is.
And there it is, Tom.
Yep, there's the play you were looking for, Jason Roby. All game long, you said Guertin had somebody back that would always try to be a little open.
And I believe it was Hamid, if I'm not mistaken, the freshman. And
he's at the 30-yard line right now.
Yeah, and it is him. Number.
Well, those numbers are hard to tell.
It is. It is number, is it 2 or 7?
2.
Number 2, that is Grevin Singh. But he got behind the defense. The Singh is also a sophomore.
And now we have a different game.
We got a game, Tom. We've got a game. And as I said, it looked like a little bit of laziness on the part of the Panthers. And Guertin pushing forward. They finally got the play onside by the defense. Singh banged it home.
And that's why we say in regulation.
Jizokos will let that one go out. It'll be thrown in here by Matt Keys, or rather Nick Young. That ball stolen back by the Panthers, who are looking to press. Alvarez looking for the ball from Bonfim. Bonfim will put it on net. Easy swallow up there by Lorendo. They'll keep possession on the rollout. Here they come. Again, South getting possession, trying to make something happen. Alvarez now, one-on-one. A nice cross there, looking for the action. Oh, and a great defensive play from behind. Had the goaltender dead to rights and a wide open goal mouth. And I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was Morris getting back, and he looks like he's hobbled a little bit.
Yeah, well, he just hit the deck, and then, you know, he's kind of drying himself off a little bit.
Boy, that was a great play. Otherwise, it's 3-1.
Yep. And see, if you're Guertin, that's the danger. All of a sudden you say, hey, we can do this. We can play with him. We can get more offensive chances.
Well, they're going to continue to do the same thing that they did last time and just try to get that
one chance.
That one chance.
But they're going to still have to stay a little bit defensive-minded. Otherwise, it's going to be a 3-1 game like it almost was there.
And I was incorrect because Morris is now checking back into the game. That nice slide tackle looked to be by number 11, maybe John Sullivan. I believe it was Sullivan. Hard to see white numbers on yellow shirts.
I know.
Man, I'll tell you.
Athletic directors, when you have your uniform designs, don't do that.
Or make sure you outline them with a darker, bigger, darker color.
Yeah, darker
you
color.
know.
Yeah, exactly. Yesterday, you know, for BG, their road uniforms, their green uniforms for the girls, they had, you know, the numbers were easy to tell because they were wearing dark green and they had, you know, white on them against the green.
Nick Esp will check in here for Coelho.
Merrimack the same, dark blue.
Yeah.
And white against the blue. Even South's numbers aren't that easy to read.
Well, those are funky font too.
Yes.
The font on those shirts sometimes.
Yep.
And don't look now, but here comes Guertin again with the press. And a nice pass there down the
there's a
right
chance.
side. The cross. Nobody there, but there's a body in front trying to gain possession. And a nice pass to the back post. Had to stay on side there. But there was an opportunity, Tom King.
Don't touch the remote if you're watching this live or you're watching it online or anything else like that, because you may miss something, because this Guertin team right now, they know they are back in this game and they know they have a chance. It's back to being a one-goal game, and the pressure now reverts to Nashua South.
South Alvarez now with a nice
Look at that
bicycle
look at that
kick.
talent. Look at that talent. I can do that.
You would have pulled a hamstring maybe on that one, Tom. I don't know. It's cold out there. You would have needed longer to stretch.
Gotten dizzy at the same time.
Oh,
That's so you
thought
can't.
maybe a handball there, but
Well,
no.
yeah, any mistake defensively, Guertin's going to pounce on it. If Guertin gets any kind of a penalty kick or a free kick from anywhere that's in from the 40
And here you
on
go.
in.
This play is onside, Tom. It's onside, and you get an opportunity. Far post. Shot and a save there.
The window narrowed.
And
Why? Because he had to let that ball settle in front of him.
That was
And that
Cam
took-
Mills.
And that took, for Mills, that took another 2 feet away from that window, and now it's a corner kick and Guertin with a chance. But see, Capico did not have to defend the entire goal mouth. He just had to cut that angle down, which he did.
Singh on the corner with an opportunity. Was looking for Morris in front, I believe. Oh, boy.
So Leo Capico now is in the game. So you don't have to worry about him not being sharp for penalty kicks. 'cause
No,
all of a
he's
sudden,
here.
He's here now.
And thank goodness for the Panthers.
But Tom Bellin's got to say, you know what? Nothing's going to be easy.
No. And a nice pass there taken.
Bonfim.
And a save, and Johnny on the spot again. Lorendo in the right position to make that save.
14 now for Lorendo. That is an amazing figure in a soccer game.
If you have that many saves, boy, chances are you're
You're in trouble.
You're in trouble.
Right. But they're not. It's only 2-1.
Right.
And because of him.
South now trying to get things started.
And how
Catch
much
pillow.
does that own goal now all of a sudden?
And I'll tell you what happened right there. He was waiting for the ball while Morris said, "You can wait. I'm going to go get it."
Right. Now here's a chance right here.
South is just watching the ball. They're not going to it. They're
not
waiting for it to
they're not
come to them.
attacking defensively. You know why? You know why, Jason? They're not used to having to do that.
They don't have to typically do that, right?
You know, not
Here comes
no-
Alvarez
not with
now,
the-
and
not with the schedule this
Alvarez off his right foot, another save.
year. Yep.
Lorendo with a great two-handed save.
He is something else, boy.
Wow.
You know what? I'm going to go home and put on my lime green jersey, fluorescent green jersey, and I'll probably feel real good.
I'll tell you what, he is just made, and that was a difficult shot. Took a tough bounce, and Lorendo had a great read on it off the foot.
Man.
Off the foot of
And you know what? We'll see.
Alvarez.
He'll be back. He's only a sophomore as well. I
man, he'll
believe.
sleep well tonight.
Yep. And here we go. Corner kick. Yeah. It died.
Yeah, but there's Alvarez. Oh, he trying to one-time that thing from the point from about 20 yards out.
Going to be South ball. They'll have the possession from the side.
Yeah, two-hand throw-in coming from Miranda. We'll see who he goes to. Trying to find Alvarez over his head, but back to Miranda. He'll be content to just keep control. Some fancy footwork there by Miranda. That ball snuck in through, but the Guertin defense up to the task. Ball kept in the zone by Cacciapilli. He loses it. And here's another run. A good box out there by the South defense. But again, Guertin looking for that one player to get by the defense. 14:44 to go here in regulation.
See, the difference in my mind between this game and the North game for South is they've had many more chances.
Yeah.
But
Alvarez getting picked up and marked there nicely.
Just haven't been able to get enough of them in. And that's the game of soccer.
And you start to get a feel down there of, geez, maybe it isn't our day today, you know. And
well, that's the thing they have to avoid.
but they're doing what they're supposed to do. Up 2-1 with a chance to cross here and make
don't
it 3-1.
take the foot off the gas. And here's a chance right here inside.
Nice pass. Oh, almost
another own goal.
And don't forget, Tom, that second goal was an own goal off
Right.
of a save from Lorendo.
Right. It rocketed back to the defender, off the defender's body, and into the net.
Nothing you could do on that play either if you're the Cardinals.
Okay.
You're there defending, helping out. We got a corner here, Tom?
Yes, we do. And Miranda, I believe, is going to take it.
We'll see how it's defensed.
And it's wide of the no. Let's see.
Oh.
Perfect chance.
Yeah, and you saw Alvarez coming in late with that header attempt, but he had a couple of bodies leaning on him. Possession will go back to Guertin here.
Whistle blows. A substitution coming in now for Bishop Guertin.
And Nick Young will check back into the game. And it looks like he's coming back in for Morris, maybe. Is it Morris coming out again?
Morris is one of the taller players on the team. This kid's pretty tall.
Yeah, I believe it is Zach
Yeah,
Morris.
it is, yep.
His second time.
Well, you've got 13:05 to play, so maybe get him to 10 minutes. Get him
One more, some
him,
recharge, yep.
And then get him out there. Number 16, Zach Morris. To me, the best player, all-around player on BG right now.
Bomfim just keeping possession. He gets the ball back, and South has another opportunity here. Great pass inside, a nice header there. Good opportunity. That all started off the foot of Bomfim. Kiesling had an opportunity there. But Bomfim reversed field. Did a nice job. And here's Alvarez with the body, trying to go up and over the top, and he does. And he's got two Cardinals standing waiting for him.
All right, that's the first time that I've seen Lorendo come out and try to gamble as he did, because if that ball had gotten over his head, there probably would have been a white jersey I couldn't see that could have been there for a tap-in.
Well, I don't think in his mind you can't just stand there and watch Alvarez and his wizardry trying to get the ball into the net. You have to force the issue, especially down a goal under 12 minutes to play.
Yeah, well, the clock continues to tick, and South takes its time. It's the one thing in soccer, that ball went behind the bushes. He had to go get it, but the clock goes.
Miranda on
Right.
another corner. We've seen several corners here today. He'll keep it low, and it squeaks through.
Yeah, everybody was expecting the booming, slicing kick, and it didn't happen.
And good control there, gained by Cacciapilli.
Oh,
And no call there, Tom King.
no call. They're letting
Wow.
it play in this game.
Ooh, boy, he put it on his own.
Chance.
Oh, my
No.
gosh.
What a save by
That
Lorendo.
was
Lorendo came in and got that save. Bonfim,
oh,
wide.
Bonfim off the left foot just misses, and
It's the second time he's done that in this game.
the ball went through just running along the goal mouth. No one there to bang it home.
But Lorendo makes an incredible save.
So here we go again. Deja vu all over again as Miranda will set things up for the corner. We'll see how they play it this time.
Now, Bonfim's going to
Keeping
get
it low.
Yeah,
It was designed for Bonfim. He ends up with it, but not on the design of the play. Alvarez now with
Fought.
Bonfim behind him. He'll just keep possession. He'll drop it back off to Bonfim. We'll see if he can use the left. He's bumped off the ball. That ball's still in play. Oh, and a just missed there in front of the net.
That had Tim O'Neill getting a groan.
I think Tim's frustrated now.
No kidding. It's a clinic in terms of possession and shots, but just not in scoring. Is right there, not able to connect.
That was Kiesling coming
Was
across the goal's
Kiesling,
mouth,
Matt
and he just
Kiesling.
couldn't knock it home.
Nope.
So here we go. The Panthers again on the attack. And that was Cacciapilli. He gets it out. Guertin now with possession, coming up the side. Oh, see, would have been better going to the side rather than the middle. Nevertheless, here they come again, Tom. Oh, and it bumped off the ball.
That's a clean play because
Yep.
the ball was in possession, like you said, but that also hit the ball.
Right. Guertin now trying to make something happen. That ball will go out of bounds. We'll get a throw in here.
And we're under 10. We are under 10 to play now. 9:29 left to go in the game.
So Sullivan will give way to 21. I don't know if that's Miguel Oku because it's two number 20s on the team. It's either Oku or Cam Mills. I believe it's Oku. And now here we go. An opportunity for South. He's got to come out of the net, and he does.
He does. Yep, that's the way it is.
Yeah, and there's your push by Guertin. Kiesling up behind the defense.
Yep.
And we'll keep our eyes open now, Tom, to see what kind of substitutes come back into the game for Guertin, as we are just about inside of 8 minutes, 8:40 and counting now. Taken down at about the 30. Play on, say the officials, and so they will. Alvarez now with possession, back to the goal. Looking for help, he finds it on a trailer. He dropped it off to Cacciapilli. Back to Alvarez now.
They can play with it a little bit.
Yeah, Alvarez
You know?
looking down the right side. There's a foot race down there, one by South. But it'll go out of bounds. Guertin will get possession. And I'm not sure if that was Nick Esp. And sure enough, we do have a Guertin substitute coming in. I don't know if it's Ryan Betancourt, not 100% sure, can't make out the number exactly. Guertin getting to the point where they're going to have to start pressing forward here.
They are. They've got 4 yellow jerseys back, green and yellow jerseys back that now need to be over the 40-yard line.
A foot race, and they'll kick it out of bounds to South. So Guertin quick to get that ball on the throw-in as numbers start to move up the field for the Cardinals. 7:20 and counting here in regulation. And a shot from about
And that had range.
Yep.
If that had been just a little bit to Capico's left, he would have had to make a big play on it. Instead, he was able, again,
good positioning by Capico.
right on the corner of the net, and that's where the ball was.
That was from about 20 yards away. Capico had a good read on it, and now
Kiesling.
Nashua South with an opportunity.
Kiesling.
Kiesling tripped in the box. South bench wants a call.
I think what they'll get out of it is a corner.
They will get a corner at the very
Yep.
least, and it is a corner, Tom.
And he wasn't technically, I don't think, in the box, Jason. He was just outside it.
Just on the outskirts.
Yep. So we have another corner kick.
Miranda's had 3 or 4 of them here in the last 10
this
minutes
is-
alone.
He might as well just stay in that position.
We'll see if this yields anything. A great attempt there. Baumfien with an opportunity. He was defensed nicely by the Guertin defense.
Alvarez hesitates. Nice hesitation there.
Oh, had a give and go there. It was
Oh.
scripted nicely. Here comes Guertin.
You know, if you're Nashua South right now, with the way the clock is, it's 6 minutes to go. And by the way, for anybody watching at home and for our purposes, that clock will stop with 5 minutes left on the board. Time is kept on the field. We'll have to keep it kind of approximate with our own clocks.
So here we go. Capico now. He'll punt it. Headed there at about the 40-yard line. Alvarez trying to track it down. He'll yield to the Guertin defense.
If I'm South, I just keep booting it, you know, to the left.
Well, the other thing, too, Tom, is that every time that ball is booted, it seems like South is coming away with the ball. Not really 50-50 balls.
I wouldn't let it go in the middle of the field. I'd go wide and just keep kicking it downfield. Play ball control.
Well, that's what they're doing right now is Kiesling on the left side. That ball will go out of bounds, and guess what we have coming up?
Yeah, and there's Miranda.
He's taking his time, Tom. He's a slow meander.
If you're Guertin,
you're hustling for the ball.
Yeah,
Yep.
and they weren't.
There they go.
They weren't hustling for the ball. And there's another ball against the fence that needs to be placed next to the goal.
There's some gamesmanship going on down there right now.
Right.
And so we'll see what Miranda can do. It's going to be sent to the far end and a good header there. Get that out of play. Looks like we'll have another corner from the other side.
So we are now under 5 to play.
As Tom mentioned, the clock stops and they keep time on the field. And of course, Nashua South just content to let things dwindle here.
So it's, I would say, if you're near the time of 4.
Oh, and a nice header there, but
if you're near the time,
misdirected.
if you're keeping time at home and you're near the time of 4:38, that's when the game is probably going to be just about over.
Yeah, 3 players back for South.
Yep.
But here comes
Center back, and two wings. And they need to do that, a lot of that.
A nice play there.
Yeah,
almost got
got
possession.
it. Yeah, almost kept possession. Alvarez over on that side.
All right, here we go.
But now I think for South, everybody's got to be a defender.
Well, and I think if you're Guertin, you got to send.
And everybody's got to be.
Send everybody
forward.
on the attack. Everybody's got to be forward.
Yep.
Here they come.
But you know what?
Bonfim just beating him to the ball. You have to wonder at this time too, Tom, is Guertin just out of gas?
Oh, here it is.
He got behind the defense, plays on side, and that is not going to do it.
How did that not result in a goal?
So you have to think Guertin has to be the team of destiny here today, right? Because
oh my goodness.
I mean,
how? How?
I just don't know what's happening. And if you're Nashua South, you have to be
And
frustrated.
the irony of that, the kid who was out of position and flat on the ground, Lorenzo, got back and stopped the ball before it made the play, before it went in the net.
Alvarez now with the ball deep, looking across it, had his pocket picked there. A nice slide tackle there, a legal play. They have words, nothing comes of it. And a good slide tackle there. So South, again, possession deep. And you have taken everything but the kitchen sink here.
I'd say
if you're Lorenzo.
I'd say we have about 3 minutes to go in this game.
Alvarez now is going to give the throw in. He shook off Miranda.
He is now up to 18. If I see a 20 on that at the end, I'll be like, oh my goodness.
Playing out of his mind. And have really kept the Cardinals in this thing. Alvarez now.
So again, we're
content to get it back to Miranda.
About the 3 minute mark, maybe a couple of seconds below it.
Hadouche now will cross it. They'll get it back to the goalie. They'll just make the Cardinals play chase. And why not? Well, here comes BG. They got time for maybe one, maybe 2 more rushes.
Everybody up for Guertin now. When's the last time you looked back to the left and saw no green and yellow jerseys?
Got to think Lorenzo maybe he's due to score the goal. Maybe he should be running up here.
We're at the 2 minute. We're at least the 2 minute mark, and now here we go.
Got to keep possession, and they do.
Just keep it that way for South, and if you're Guertin, just keep pushing forward and see if you can get a deflection or some kind of shot at the end of the game.
And they're going to get a lot more aggressive here at the ball, and a nice box there. That was a great play by Kiesling to get his body in between the ball.
This is where the foot skills take over for Nashua South, Jason Roby.
Yeah.
They're able to control the ball with their feet.
Guertin emptying the gas tank. Foot on the gas pedal. Have to make something happen here. Have to believe you're inside of 2 minutes now. And
Yes.
don't look now, Exeter and Dover tied at 4. Bedford up 3-0. Final on Goffstown. Merrimack Alvern still deadlocked at 0. What a game happening between Exeter and Dover.
Seacoast rivalry. Here's a chance right here. Now Lorendo's going to come out and pick it up. And he's going to have to give it a good kick because we are now under 2 and we're approaching 1 minute, the 1 minute mark. 4:33, they started the time. We're at 4:38, so we are under 1. If I'm not mistaken, we should be under 1 to play. Alvarez with a shot.
Oh, goes off the yellow crossbar.
Yes, that hit the
goalpost.
football
Yeah, it
crossbar.
did.
Right, and that should be out.
Yeah, they'll give it a goal kick, but not a
Yep.
lot of time here to.
No,
They
under a
got to
minute.
advance the ball quickly. If you're South, you're just desperately riding out, waiting for those whistles.
Boy. And that's
And I
it.
think that it is
That is it.
And there is the whistle. Wow, Tom King. Congratulations to the Nashua South Purple Panthers who peppered Lorendo all day long.
The big beneficiaries of this game, anybody who saw it on ETV, because it was fantastic the way
Yeah.
it was played.
No doubt about it. You had a Nashua South team that took shot after shot after shot, and the Guertin team heading out to congratulate Aiden Lorendo, and rightfully so. The sophomore was sensational in goal. Unfortunately for the Cardinals, they will be eliminated here by the Nashua South Purple Panthers, and the Panthers continue their march toward their ultimate goal. Anything short of a state title for these Panthers would be a disappointment for them. So they survived this one. 2-1 victory. The Purple Panthers will now head to either Merrimack or Alvern, depending on the winner of that game. So they'll either play the Tomahawks or the Broncos. And as of right now, that will be a road game unless field conditions dictate otherwise. So congratulations to the Nashua South Purple Panthers, 2-1 victors here in the preliminary round. We'll head to the quarters, which will be played Saturday, the 31st, on Halloween. This is Jason Roby for Tom King, our moving picture man, Tim O'Neill, and our executive producer is Pete Johnson. Thanks for joining us here on Nashua ETV. You saw a good one, and we know there's more good to come. So stay tuned. Thanks, everybody, and have a great, great evening. We'll catch up with you later.